Sup? It's me. If you know my name, it's whatever I've changed it to. I'm gonna be talking about Disney D23 Expo and the 2 days they were announcing things. I'm really only gonna be talking about day two. Because this is a more of a Marvel channel than anything. There's a few projects that weren't Marvel that I liked, but I'm mainly just gonna talk about Marvel and a bit of Star Wars. Um, there's only about, I say, a handful of things I'm actually excited for that I'm 100% going to watch, and then there's some things I'm kind of neutral on. But some of the few things that I'm excited to very much watch is Werewolf by Night. I think that's going to be one of Marvel's first horror based films. From the trailer, it doesn't look that scary. Like this, it looks like an action packed with a horrific monster in it, but not much of, I don't know, actual horror filming aspects. I could be wrong. It may be very scary, but I'm excited. I feel like it's the step in the right direction for Marvel. They've done horror, like Doctor Strange Mom had certain aspects, but not really, like, it wasn't a horror film. But Werewolf by Night, I'm excited. It's Marvel needs to, like, they own so many characters that they need to do more things besides making films on superheroes and expand on other things like monsters, giant robots. They even have rights to, I think at some point, to Ultraman. So I'm excited. I feel like Marvel's making it. They've been, for the last year, I would say, the last few years, making an effort to make every project be different, have a different atmosphere, have a different approach. I don't agree with the sentiment that Marvel, everything that they've been making is the same thing. That's not true. At least not for the last few years. It hasn't been true. You can't look at me straight in the face and say Moon Knight is the same thing as She-Hulk. They're not. They're two totally different things. But that was one thing I'm excited for. Black Panther, Wakanda Forever. That's a film I'm very much. I'm excited. I'm definitely gonna see it, but I guess, neutral, because the whole approach to how they treated Black Panther was kind of weird. Some people wanted him to. Well, some people thought they should have recasted him, and some people thought they should just get to a new Black Panther. I think recasting him would have made sense. Many famous actors have died over the years, and they don't ever recast a character. Well, I mean, they do. They just recast the character. You don't just move along and just change the story of it or the narrative of it. That never happens. Spider-Man dies, or Tom Holland dies. They're not just gonna go switch on to a new hero. They're just gonna recast Spider-Man, no matter how much loved Tom Holland is. It's just, that doesn't make, it didn't make sense to me. This wasn't a normal reaction to an actor dying. But rest in peace to Chadwick Boseman. But this movie Wakanda Forever, if you saw the trailer, it looks like it's gonna be even better than the first Black Panther movie. It looks like there's gonna be a lot more cultural based things filmed about Wakanda. We're gonna see more of the other characters they didn't see much of in the first movie. I feel like this is gonna be a lot more of everything, and it's gonna be a beautiful film, I imagine. The soundtrack looks like it's gonna be solid. I'm very much excited for Wakanda Forever. Both of these movies, Werewolf by Night and Wakanda Forever, just seem really good to me. Though I don't think Werewolf by Night is a movie. It's like, it may be just a special. I'm not for sure. Secret Invasion. A lot of people have said this is going to, like, Secret Invasion is going to take a Winter Soldier type based route. If that's the case, I'm already hella excited. It's been a while since we've had something just straight up as gritty and serious as Winter Soldier. Maybe not as necessarily gritty, but kind of like a blockbuster spy film with all the stakes at the utmost high. I'm excited for Secret Invasion and Armor Wars. Not really excited much for Armor Wars. I still am going to watch it, but like, it got delayed. Didn't it get delayed? So my excitement I had last year kind of like waned a little bit. It waned down. So I'm not as excited as I used to be. But I'm definitely excited for Secret Invasion. And Emilia Clarke is in it. Yeah, that's... I've been waiting for another Game of Thrones actor to join that cast. Or been wondering, not waiting, cause I just started watching Game of Thrones this year, wondering when they would be able to add another Game of Thrones actor. Because I know they add Kit Harington, and then I forgot the other guy in Eternals. Not a good movie, in my opinion, but Loki Season 2. I'm very excited. Now, there's going to be a small group of people that are not going to give the show a chance at all. Because if you are a Loki fan, which is like 5 of y'all, then you didn't like the show. Because it pretty much destroyed Loki's character, which you're correct. It did, very much so. And I won't argue with that. That's true. But if you are like me, who doesn't really give a shit about Loki as a character at all, I don't read Thor comics at all, then you love the show. Because the general writing of it and how they treated the characters was, in my opinion, was pretty much done well. And they put just enough humor where you could laugh at every joke, but it still took itself serious. And I like the first season. I'm definitely excited for season 2. They left us off on a very big cliffhanger. Or Echo. This is one show I'm neutral on. I'll watch it probably when it comes. I may watch it. I may not. I only know a little bit about Echo from the comics, but barely anything. I don't know anything about her origin in the comics. I know she has Native American roots, and that's it. That is it. I know she has the Phoenix right now in the comics, so interesting. But oh yeah, she's also in the Avengers. We need a Marvel Legend figure of her. Nah, that's another video, perhaps. But that's it. And Captain America: New World Order. I'm interested in that. A New World Order. Hope we get a trailer, but this is kind of like a spin. It's like a sequel to the Falcon and the Winter Soldier, when I won't say a New World Order was getting put in place, but someone was trying to take down the current world order. If y'all remember that series, in my opinion, looking back at it, was okay. It was all right, but I'm neutral on it. I imagine it'll probably be at worst a okay film. If it can rival, if it can be just as good as any of the other previous 3 Captain America films, then it's set. It's solid. It's a solid film. I really like Anthony Mackie's portrayal of Captain America in the film. I just think the execution of how they approach the villains of that series was just done poorly. But other concepts like racism in America and how certain restrictions and laws and just other things that the government does do, I thought that was just done poorly as well. They didn't really, I won't even talk about it, but it was just done poorly. The show, when it came to the villains aspect and them trying to talk about political themes and issues in our actual world, they just didn't do all too great. But the action itself and the characters themselves was done great. So I really did like Captain America in this. If they can just improve on those weak spots in the show to this, then it's gonna be a great movie. But I would have to wait till I see the trailer. But the director of it is Julius Onah. I probably said his last name wrong, but I'm gonna look at to see what he's directed. Okay, so he directed Cloverfield. Both the Cloverfield. Okay. Huh. He directed Loose. If y'all have never watched Loose, I would say it's an interesting movie. It left me confused at the end, but I can't lie to you, it left a big impression on me. I just kept like thinking about the movie after it. What I can say about this director is when he makes a movie, you don't forget about it. It leaves a lasting memory in your head. So if this is the guy that's directing Captain America 4, I'm pretty confident. I think it's going to be a very enjoyable movie, especially for a superhero. This will be his first superhero flick. Interesting. The Thunderbolts. Now, the Thunderbolts was a very, what's the word? There was a bit of a mixed reaction on the internet. Personally, I'm really excited because I like most of these actors. Mainly Florence Pugh is the main one of why I would probably be wanting to see this movie. I really like her, so I'm definitely gonna see that movie. But the rest of the actors are also just very likable. So I feel like I'm just gonna enjoy the movie for the actors they pick, and the director of it. I don't know. I don't feel like looking for it, but Hannah John Kamen, she fucked up her last name. David Harbour, just Sebastian Stan, just a lot of cool names. The main problem that people have with Thunderbolts was Thunderbolts is supposed to be a team made up of bad guys. So how would this work? I don't know why that was the first thought process. I mean, it makes sense on paper, but like people forget there's been multiple Thunderbolts teams over the years. I'm trying to think Thunderbolts in. And they're releasing a new Thunderbolts story actually this year, led by Hawkeye. That's a team of majorly good guys, but this isn't the first time they've done a Thunderbolts team with majorly just kind of very anti-hero characters, or just people that aren't villains, but they're not necessarily heroes either. This isn't the first. It's comic accurate. Like there's been like two different Thunderbolts teams that were not made up of villains, but made up of ambiguous heroes. So I don't know why people are shocked or surprised. It's still comic accurate, just not the right characters, but the attention of the team is nothing new. So that is just weird to me, of the reaction. You can tell who's slightly casual and who's not. But I won't lie, I don't read the Thunderbolts comics, but I already knew about the multiple Thunderbolts teams. So if you were a fan of the original, or I wouldn't even say the original Thunderbolts, but the Thunderbolt team from Civil War, then sorry. That's not what you're going to be getting, buddy. Marvels. I'm excited for it. I like Brie Larson. I like Iman Vellani. And I forgot that one. Teyana Paris. She did great. I'm excited. I don't have high expectations. I don't know what it's going to be about. Whatever direction they decide to take it, I'll probably still watch it. I'm a fan of all those actors. So I think I'll enjoy it. Only thing I hope is that they make Captain Marvel have more of a personality. Because recently, I've been reading a lot more Captain Marvel comics in the last few years, ever since the movie came out. And they really didn't do her character any justice. Like, her character is a lot more... she has a lot more of a personality. A lot more quirky than I thought in the comics. She's also kind of bipolar in the comics. One issue she could be extremely dead serious, and another issue she could, I don't know, be just depressed in her room, just eating chips and ice cream. She's a very funny character to read, because you don't know what direction she'll just one day be on. But like she has a lot more color to how she acts than what the movie did, where it was just very gray. So if they can write her character better in the Marvels, I'm set. That's going to be a solid movie, because that was the main #1 problem of the movie in the first place, was just how they wrote her character. So hopefully, that will be good. main one. This is the bread and butter right here. The granola. The granola. I don't know. Daredevil Born Again. That's probably top five most anticipated shows for me. Maybe number one, honestly. I may be bullshitting. 16 episodes, maybe 18 episodes. Already off the bat, I'm like, has me really excited. One, the main problem for a lot of these Disney Plus shows that don't do as well as some of the others is they're short. They're too short. A lot of times they need an extra 2 or 3 more episodes to fully flesh out the story. And sometimes they don't, and it feels rushed at the end. At this point, if it's having 16, 18 episodes, it literally cannot be rushed. That means they're gonna take their time with this. So I'm really excited. They're bringing back Vincent D'Onofrio. Can't say his fucking name. Kingpin, pretty much. Bring back the Kingpin we all deserve. And I there's not much to say about this. Like, I'm confident it's gonna be pretty good. Will it be as good as the Netflix show? I'm not for sure, but I imagine it may have a bigger budget than the Netflix one. Maybe not too much bigger, but definitely gonna be look a little better. I'm trying to find who was the writers, because I think, I don't know, there's still a few more shows. I'll go back to Daredevil in a minute. Other few shows that I'm excited for that isn't Marvel is one, Star Wars Andor. I think I may have said the name wrong, or Endor or Andor. That's one show I'm excited for. I feel like that will be the one show that will actually have a good budget and won't look lazy and cheap. I just want a Star Wars show that doesn't look like shit. The last 2 shows, Obi-Wan and Boba Fett, were just not that great. They were very mediocre, honestly. Maybe not even that. But I'm excited for Andor. I think that's gonna be a very dramatic show. And then Star Wars: The Lost Tales. I forgot. It's basically a spin-off to Clone Wars. I forgot the title of it, but y'all know what I'm talking about. I'm not gonna look it up right now. But that new Star Wars with Dooku and Ahsoka. I'm really more excited for the Ahsoka shorts. Ahsoka is like one of my favorite characters in Star Wars, so that was the main thing that got me locked on it. I was already set when I saw her in the trailer, but okay. So they're getting a different director for this. Don't know how I feel about it. It's going to be Matt Grobar. The original director, I may be wrong, was Drew Goddard. Can't say names at all. Let me check just to make sure. I think it was Drew Goddard. Yeah, Drew Goddard was the guy who directed those. I think those 3 seasons. Could be wrong. And as we all know, it was an amazing 3 seasons. The fact that they're changing it, kind of like, why change the director when the original one did a great job? I don't see the point in that. But let me just look at his, what films has he done over the years, and maybe, I won't be as critical. I heard the writers they hired were actually very competent. People were happy about that, so it could still be saved. But to be fair, though, I haven't watched any of these films, so maybe they're amazing. But his last film he directed was 2016. And it was the Tourbillon. Actually, I think I heard of that movie. I think that was a good movie. I'm not for sure. He's directed like 5 films. Okay. Alright. That's worrying. That's a little worrying. But that's all. I just wanted to give y'all my thoughts on D23 Expo. Yeah.